Communications. Thank you very much, Aaron Kiza. Thank you too, Tony Tubukunde, for coming over. Let's now go to Stephen Ibide. We have the teachers, that is UNATU, that is calling for industrial action on account of government's apparent inability to attend to them in as far as their grievances are concerned.
Yes, Chris, also the teachers want to unchain the bar, but of course we know that this is a very crucial term, academic term. It's a very short one because next month learners will be sitting their final exams. But the teachers, especially in the public schools, are vowing to step in class, and this will be affecting the learners and the parents because these are the grassroots. The grass is to suffer, and because of your actions, you want the grass to suffer. Good morning to you, Mr. Philbert Baguma, the Secretary General of Uganda National Teachers Union.
Morning, sir.
Why are you citing violence?
First of all, I think we have exercised the patience that any human being can have. If you recall, it was in July 2022 when the President told us to wait, and we have been patiently and religiously waiting for the last 3 years, and nothing is forthcoming.
But you sat in a meeting with him and they agreed that 2025, 2026, 2027 financial year, they will be looking to your finances.
Which
illumination?
Which meeting?
I mean, the teachers, I'm talking about the profession humanities.
When we are talking about UNATU, we are talking about UNATU as a body. And therefore, any other meeting where UNATU is not party, you cannot use it to address the issues of UNATU.
But it's spoken in general terms. It's spoken in general terms for all the teachers.
Humanities Teachers Union is for post-primary. UNATU is for all teachers.
I get that, but when the President was speaking, he wasn't speaking only for the humanities alone, but he spoke in general terms that all arts teachers will also, their remuneration will be also increased, just like it's being done for the science teachers.
You see, when we write as Uganda National Teachers Union, we expect feedback as Uganda National Teachers Union. And therefore, you cannot say, we wrote to this group of teachers, and therefore, for us, we know we have addressed teachers. That is not the case. Because when we are writing as Uganda National Teachers Union. And therefore, when we were in Kororo, it was Uganda National Teachers Union which was there, and it is us whom they told to wait. And therefore, we have been waiting for the last 3 years. So it's not a question of now looking at third term. It is a question of when did this begin? And therefore, today, we have decided not to go there. The only reason is salary enhancement to address the discrepancies.
But sincerely, Mr. Baguma, this is not the first time you are vowing not to step in class. You've been having these strikes almost every year. We expect that the teachers will not be stepping in class, at least for the first 3 or 4 weeks. And then, all of a sudden, you have a meeting either with the Minister of Finance, Minister of Education, and then you go back to class. Then you agree on some terms, and then you come back and say, we are striking again. This has been recurrent.
That's why you should give credit to us.
Sounds like a threat.
Because we have always been considerate. Otherwise, government has continued not to do its mandate. And whenever we are going for industrial action, that means all other options have been utilized and there is nothing forthcoming. And therefore, our going and coming back should be a distinction to us, but somewhere, some systems are faulty. And that is why you see this. So, government needs to be at its game to make sure that, 1, the communication lines must be open, and 2, feedback. When you are in a public office, it is only fair that you give feedback. Giving feedback does not mean that it must be only positive. So what we have today is as a result of a series of meetings, a series of writings within these 3 years. And now we have reached this point where we are saying enough is enough.
Enough is the voice from the teachers, but we shall be visiting the schools, different public schools, to see whether really what you are speaking is exactly what is on the ground, to find out whether the teachers are not stepping in class, just like the executive secretary here, that is Philbert Baguma of UNATU, is saying, because they last week called them not to step in class as they wait for their salary enhancement. We shall be seeing this, and of course in our subsequent bulletins, NTV at 1, NTV Akawungezi, and of course NTV tonight. We shall be getting more of what exactly happens today. Stephen Imbido from Fefeso Chibuga, on my own behalf, on behalf of the entire team, we say thank you so much. We shall see you tomorrow. Muslim Tia comes on with Stella Nante.